Have you ever looked at the table in your room at night and felt like it wasn't in the same place as before? A few years ago, a guy noticed something strange about the study table in his bedroom. Nothing crazy. Just every morning, it seemed a tiny bit closer to his bed. At first, he blamed himself. Maybe he moved it accidentally. Maybe he just remembered it wrong. So one night, he put a piece of tape on the floor around each table leg, just to prove to himself it wasn't moving. The next morning, the table was still inside the tape, but something felt off. Then he looked closer. The tape had moved too. Now he was genuinely creeped out. So the next night, he stacked books against all four sides of the table. If it moved, the books would fall. The next morning, the books were still standing. The table hadn't moved. But when he sat down, he noticed something. The scratches on the floor were getting longer, as if the table was being dragged every single night. So he set up his phone to record. At 3:12 a.m., the footage glitched for exactly 7 seconds. When the video returned, the table was closer to the bed. He didn't sleep that night. He stared at the table until sunrise. And that's when he noticed the worst part. The table wasn't moving toward the bed. The bed was moving toward the table. He jumped up, pulled the bed back, measured everything, and realized the entire room was slowly shifting. Everything except the table. The desk, the chair, the walls, the door, all moving. Everything except the table. Then he remembered something. When his family bought the house, the previous owner had left only one thing behind: the table. And according to the neighbors, he used to sit there every night, staring at the wall. Until one morning, he was gone. Only the table remained. So before you sleep tonight, take one last look at the table in your room. Just make sure it's still where you remember it.